Hello there people, welcome back to a brand new video. Hopefully you're gonna have a beautiful day. Today we're talking about two tweets today. They're both made from Sonic channels that are bigger than mine. So, you know how it is, you know how these things go. But they were asking a particular question, and today I wanted to actually answer that question and push that conversation forward. So, we're gonna have to read off both tweets. It's gonna be a little bit annoying. Sorry.
Stop posting your Sonic opinions on here and go and make a Sonic video for YouTube. Your opinion, no matter how different it is, has an audience.
There are no problems with this tweet at all whatsoever. And in fact, I think that there are a lot of pros to this tweet, because when you're posting YouTube videos, you are going to have a lot more conversation power than you would when you post a tweet. Because at the end of the day, tweets can be misconstrued. And while YouTube videos can be misconstrued, you can hear emotion in people's voices, meaning that you have to do less tone indicators and you can make a lot more jokes and be a little bit funny and actually make people care about you as a person, and so they're less likely to give you death threats and stuff like that. So, you know, it's very good to post a video on YouTube every once in a while, but you also want to continue tweeting on Twitter in order to get an audience of people who are actually willing to click those videos at first, because YouTube, just like Twitter, has poor visibility, but at least on fucking Twitter, you can pay to get more visibility out there.
Random, but I agree with this so hard. There's a serious drought of new Sonic tubers. Everyone just wants to be a short form creator. Haven't had a new big creator in like 2 years. This community is very opinionated and so many want a voice/platform. So go make one.
Speed Supersonic is one of the coolest guys on the internet. Okay, I may have some problems with some of the videos that he puts out, but relatively every single thing he does is inoffensive. The problem is that the tweet that he put out never moves anything forward, okay? Let's be very clear about this. Every single spot you could want in a community about a video game already has a top creator in that spot. You have people who review music, people who review the video games, you have people who make big ontological, psychological, fulfilling videos. And you can't have too many people attempting to fill that spot, otherwise that becomes oversaturation and the entire market dies. One of the biggest oversaturated markets in Sonic is the leak scene and the news review scene. These two scenes are so oversaturated. When I see a new content creator actually pop up, the question is what are you going to tell me about this news that somebody else who is not bigger than you can tell me? And there's no way we are ever going to have an actual Sega informant in the community itself. So when I see a new content creator come up who's covering leaks and who is covering the news, I just watch the biggest one, because the value of watching that biggest one is more valuable than the small guys who pop up at first. So that's a real problem. And people may be like, oh, okay, what opinions do you have? Well, these are leaks, these are news. So you don't have the full product yet to have a dynamic review of the content. So either you could say you like it, you dislike it, and unless it's for a novel reason that you can actually pinpoint, then the value of that opinion goes down. And those novel opinions aren't going to be pushed to the top because there's a swamp of people with a similar opinion to their big content creator that they watch, because most people do not have their own opinions. They watch another YouTuber, they take that opinion if they agree with it, and they literally just shop it out and they workshop it and make it their own in a way that makes sense for them. So you're not really getting a whole bunch of unique opinions. What you're getting is another person's opinion distilled down into a actual purgatory that nothing can escape from. There's a lot of opinions you can have in the Sonic community, but not all of those opinions are actually going to be well liked or be said in a way that's actually appreciable. Think about it, okay? There's a lot of people out there who like Japanese Sonic. A lot of people like those guys. But also, there's a lot of people out there who like covering the Archie Sonic comics. Who is pushing the people who like the Archie Sonic comics? No one, because not a lot lot of people like the Archie Sonic comics. And in fact, if you find a content creator who's covering the Archie Sonic comics, you should actually push those people because they need the actual push, because nobody else wants to give Archie Sonic the time of day. Not even to mention that some conversations like quill length, the muzzle curve, cannot actually be conversations that resolve themselves on their own. The company has to resolve those problems and create new ones for us to ask new questions about. Another thing is that some of these questions feel very taboo in the Sonic community. While a lot of people really want a Sonic that is more Japanese style, a lot of people want a character who's more Western style, and a lot of the people on the Japanese side created a conversation that tells people that these other versions of Sonic aren't actually Sonic. So they're shutting down conversations from those angles, no matter if they are actually trying to or not. Let me ask you a legitimate question. What makes Sonic Sonic, and what about both the American Sonic and the Japanese Sonic when you combine them together? What are the core traits between the two? Because going from there, from like this day going forward, we can actually have a conversation. Hey, between American Sonic and Japanese Sonic, these are the qualifiers for the two. And do other versions of Sonic meet in that middle? But in the current environment of Sonic, it kind of feels like that is a conversation that will actually get you side eyes. People cannot confront the idea that Japanese Sonic and American Sonic co-built this brand, and they really want you to lean one way or the other, when really you have to go straight down the middle and you have to find the similarities between the two characters in both versions of media. I'm tired of talking about problems. Let's talk about some fucking solutions, because what matters is not the problems themselves, but your answer to the problems. So how can big content creators actually help us smaller content creators out? One of the ways that a non-live stream creator can help you out is by, at the end of the video, telling people about another channel. Do a YouTube shout out, and then you link to a video on their channel that you really enjoy, that you think other people will just subscribe for. This is very easy because at the end you can put a title card for the next video in the video itself, so they don't even actually have to go down to the comment section or go into your description to actually look for it. If they want to watch it after you explain what it is, then they can press it. They can go see what you're talking about if they think you're a good enough guy or a good enough creator to know what quality is. Now, let's be very clear about this. Very awesome, very amazing. If you're a live streamer, you have a lot more options. Here's the core. You can watch videos, and then you could do like drives. Like drives is, hey, like this video. Let's get it to 200 likes. This guy only has 20 likes. Let's push that like goal and get you guys to watch the video in the background so it gets high watch time. This pushes creators to start making money faster. It makes it to where they can actually put more time into the videos because they're actually making a pretty good bit of cash. So they actually have time. Now, a lot of Sonic creators out there aren't going to spend time criticizing you in particular, unless you have a bad take. I'm one of the few people out here who are criticizing people that I think have not bad takes, but takes that I disagree with. Now, obviously, there are problems with stuff like quid pro quo. A lot of content creators could start doing that to women content creators when they try to push their content. Hey, I push your content, you give me like something in return, and we don't really want that. I would say just push other creators of the same sex as you, but that's sexist, so I don't know how to get around that problem. Somebody will get abused in the process of people doing this, but it does grow the community. Another thing that both live streamers and actual smaller or bigger content creators can do is do collabs. Doing a collab shares the audience, and with the new feature allowing people to see two different channels that are working on the same video actually get recognition for working on that video, collabs have never been easier. Obviously, at that point, you guys are going to share higher levels of audience, so you guys are gonna have to be willing to work with each other for the long haul without working with each other all the time. Banner Monday 456 is the cap currently for Sonic creators, so we need to find a content creator that we can collectively push to make it to 1 million subs, or at least 2 million subs, or something higher than Cobra Monday 456's channel, because at the end of the day, that is our cap. That is our cap as a community. We aren't ever getting higher than that, or if we do, eventually we'll go crazy and completely disappear for 6 years. So it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, this is my complete video about what we can do as a community to start actually getting towards the point where we have those creators who are hitting that million views and can actually push into the mainstream audience to make more people interested in this franchise. Because currently, the most popular people who cover Sonic don't only cover Sonic, so they aren't actually lasting those viewers into our community. And in fact, I believe a lot of these film channels who cover Sonic 3 are actually a detriment to the Sonic community, because even though they do push things into the mainstream, they don't talk to any Sonic content creators to push those people from the mainstream into the community. So at the end of the day, those people are genuinely a hindrance to our project of growing the Sonic community, because it doesn't matter if you actually, like the Sonic community or you want to be a part of the Sonic community. What matters is the project of making it bigger and making it part of the pie so everyone can start getting bigger and bigger slices. Anyway, so I have a list of creators here that I want to push today.